have one up, more than one up, many ups on somebody else. So, nah, I'm super excited. So I appreciate you guys for coming. So. Good? Okay.
You guys want to sit down or you want to? Okay, so hey, everybody, breathe in. Let's go. All right. Perfect. This is a very good setting. So first of all, let's welcome Kerri Kuzbyt.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, third time. Yeah, absolutely love it.
Nice. And then we have coaches Zainab and Lars who will join us and hopefully ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And we have
Hannah,
Oli, Raf, Pete, and Javier.
Sweet.
We have couples.
Yes.
4 boys, 2 girls. That's what you want, right?
Excellent. Yeah, that's all we need.
And, so the plan is we'll start with Kerri. Introduce yourself.
Yep.
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of moving, shooting, talking. Hopefully, ask some questions. And then I throw something at them, and then we'll switch maybe in 45 minutes, whatever. I do something. And but it's more of a free flow, even for the players. If you have questions, something ask, and we're here for you guys. So, Kerri,
yeah. No. First off, thank you for coming. You get a sneaky good shooting workout in, and at the same time, coaches, thank you for coming because investing in your education, and at the same time, starting to expand not only the depth of it, but the breadth in which that we could now teach shooting a bit more efficiently and in a more kind of radical way. Okay, athletes and even coaches as well. How I approach shooting, almost very similar to Peter, but it's all about essentially body movements and keeping it simple. Okay, the more that you have to your shot, the more that's going to go wrong. So for me, really, there's only kind of 4 main things that I kind of focus on, and if you display them, okay, in your best way possible, your most authentic movements that are best for you, I don't need to touch it, because at the end of the day, the only thing that needs to be consistent is the outcome. Okay, we don't want to repeat the same movement. Okay, so for you all, okay, the biggest thing is that four things I'm looking for. Okay, it's going to be flow. Okay, flow and that energy transfer. It kind of pairs up with the feet, how we have to build from the base up. So how could we figure out a way with our bodies and coordinate it so that we could efficiently get that ball to the net in the most consistent and repeatable way possible, but at the same time, how it's never blocked, okay, and that it could be applied in any and every situation. Okay, so kind of energy, flow, and feet I'm going to be challenging you in. Okay, and the other things, okay, the ball only needs to do 2 for it to go in. It has to go up and it has to go straight. And for it to go up, okay, focusing specifically on just getting your body under the ball. If you could get your body under the ball in whatever way possible, that's all you need to do. The second thing for the ball to go straight, okay, now is can you get your hand quickly from behind the ball and in the middle to under it. And then you could shoot through the middle of the ball. And then so that's the accuracy. So if a player has a shot, okay, that looks not your traditional kind of beautiful picture perfect way, okay, if the flow, they're consistently getting the shot off in any situation against any defender, not touching it, okay? If they're getting their bodies under the ball, okay, and where that arc now, the path of the ball, okay, is that nice kind of McDonald's arch I always say, okay, I don't touch it. Okay? And then if that ball is going straight, so that ball isn't missing left, right, back, forth, but the accuracy is there, I don't touch it. So it could look like this, LeBron James. It could look like here, Jokic, okay? Anything and everything. Carly Lou Samuelson shoots like this, okay? Again, those 4 things. That's all I'm going to focus on. That's all I'm going to direct your attention on, okay? And if you could find it in the most authentic way possible for you, I'm going to be putting you into different positions so that you could figure out and problem solve how your body best moves, okay? Because we are all built differently in here, and how we move and get into those positions and find it, that's the beauty of shooting, okay? It's authentic. And the more that I could allow you to open up and unlock those movements, the more that they're going to find what feels best for them. Because at the end of the day, for me, shooting is not a technique. Okay? It's a feeling. And the more that you could feel your shot, the more you're going to understand it. And when you could understand your shot, now they could start to self-correct it. Now they become independent and confident so that when they're in a situation, when they're in a shooting slump and the ball's not going in, the things that you just need to focus on and you understand why, because you feel your shot, you understand it, you get to shoot through anything versus looking over at coach, oh, I don't know what to do, or, okay. That is why it's important to get them to experience that environment where they could explore, be creative, have that uncertain safety where they could now try, hey, I move best like this, okay, shooting through those imperfections. All they have to do is how quickly, body under, hand under, done, okay? So that's what I'm going to be throwing at you, okay, and all these different problems. Okay, the problems, how I kind of design it really is allowing them to explore the feeling through all the different types of sensory information available to them. So yes, you have to look at the basket. So that's perceptual, what they see. Okay, another thing I'm going to manipulate with them is the touch. Okay, the touch could be, yes, their hand isn't specifically on the nice laces of the ball. Maybe now it's off. And you'll have shooters that, how many of you won't shoot the ball if it's not perfectly on the seams? Yeah, okay, we'll have some shooters like that, okay? But sometimes in a situation, all right, you got to catch it from where it is. How can you adapt within that, okay? The other piece is what they hear, okay? Hearing could be the footsteps of the defender coming out for the closeout, okay? It could also, when you hear it on the rim, okay, that back noise telling you back rim and it's bouncing out, okay? That will give you a different type of feedback, all right? And then the last one, okay, so we did what they see, what they hear, okay, what they feel, and then it's how they move within the space, okay? And that goes to their movements. If they're moving like this, if they're cross-stepping into it, if they're backpedaling, okay? If I'm getting them to run in here and now spin, okay? All the different types of sensory information we have available to it, we need to manipulate a lot more so that they could solve and start to unlock those different movements where now they're going to find and become a lot more responsive to the unpredictability in the game. And that's the beauty of allowing us to design said problems and allowing them, as I said, to really harness them self-organizing, figuring out. It doesn't matter how it looks, just get into it, okay? With your body under the ball, hand under the ball, okay? How quickly can you now have that energy transfer? And then that last part for me, so we have the energy transfer, we have body under, hand under, okay? Feet is also with energy transfer. The last one is the effect. Athletes, if you could start to look and understand that every rep will tell you something about your shot that you could correct, okay? You become a lot more competent in understanding of that shot. And when you do, that's confidence. Okay? And then that's confidence that you'll find that solution to shoot out of that shooting slump. So what I mean by that is I'm going to be directing your attention to the path of the ball, okay? So again, that will determine if what's under the ball with the path. If it's going up, what did you get under? Body, okay? Specifically the body. If that ball, okay, is going straight, what is under the ball and going through the middle of the ball? If it's going straight. What do you have to get under the ball for me? Your body and the hand, okay? So again, if your hand is under the ball in this classic position, okay, Peter's going to talk about it as well. This is a signature position that looks like that. Everyone believes it has to look like. It's the periods in time, and Peter uses the word sequence, okay? How I get to this point does not matter. Okay, it could look like this. Body's under, hands under, boom, okay? If that flow and they found a way that's efficient for them and how their body moves, and they're constantly getting this ball off just like this, that's seen not really as an efficient shot, but their energy flow is there, that they've made it and adapted for them, don't touch it. Okay? We have to start to get rid of that concept of it has to look this way. It has to move this way. Okay? Because if you tell them to move a certain way, you're actually limiting the functional solutions and ways their body could move more efficiently. That's self-organization. So we could actually prevent them when we say, hey, you got to be a square in a circle, essentially. Okay? So athletes, I'm going to be directing your attention, and for us as coaches, to the effect. Okay? The effect, as I said, if that ball has that nice arc, that McDonald's arch, okay, that's going to tell you you got your body under the ball. Because what does the ball have to do to go in? The two things. Go up and straight, okay? So it went up, body under, okay? If it goes straight, what did I get under the ball? The second thing? The hand. That's it. So if you could look at that effect rather than thinking, oh, I didn't get my elbow in, I didn't have this, I didn't have on the seams, and you're worrying now too much on the movement itself. Oh, my feet were too close together, they weren't shoulder width apart, they weren't this. You limit them, okay? And then they didn't shoot functionally. I want you to find those imperfect, and I'm going to put you in those imperfect positions where you have to shoot through imperfect. Why? Because in the game, you're going to get caught. Doesn't matter how you are. What do you have to get under the ball? Hands and body. And it's going to go, okay? And so the more that we could unlock those movements and put them in those unusual positions, they're going to find that. And now they're going to start to apply just those 4 principles. But again, at the end of the day, if we could direct their attention to the effect rather than the form itself, okay? Now, like I said, we're making them start to understand their shot by feeling it through. And now they're confident and competent to now self-correct it and be independent. Okay? Sound good? That essentially is me for shooting. Okay, so I want you to see them more almost as an abstract kind of silhouette rather than trying to look for this. Because Steph Curry starts with his elbow out and he eventually just gets to where? Body under, hand under. Okay? LeBron goes different pathway. Eventually it's body under, hand under. Okay? So we keep it simple. Okay, so now I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to expose you to all those ways, okay, in which I designed that problem for them to explore, to be creative, to have a lot of errors. But my biggest thing for you athletes is that you have to be intentional, okay, very different than overthinking and getting too much into the shot, intentional with how your body is feeling. What is it feeling? What feels comfortable? Okay, what doesn't feel so right? But move in a way that's best and most authentic for you with just the problem and the challenge that I'm going to present to you. So the first one we're going to do, okay, you're each going to have a ball. All shots are going to be outside of the key, and you're never going to shoot the shot in the same spot 2 times in a row. Okay, the first sequence, we're going to go for 2-minute rounds. So grab your ball, grab your rep, okay? And we're specifically going to attack the flow. Okay, so a few tasks and activities for this. Athletes, the first one, no jump shooting. Okay, so your feet could be however you want. Okay, ball is placed however is most comfortable. Okay, you're going to shoot your shot. Feet can't leave the ground. So from here, okay, I go to another spot. Okay, again, you could start however. Maybe you want to change your feet. Okay, just can't jump. Okay, good. So we're going to go for 2 minutes. A swish is going to be 2 points. Any other make, so hits the rim and goes in, 1 point. Keep track of your points, 2 minutes, okay? No jump shooting. Okay, go.
So we can't touch in the fix in the pit.
Sorry?
So we can't touch in the fix in the pit because it's some of yours shot like this, and I'm also fixes the like 3 position. I'm saying this is not true touching.
So something that I would begin with 10 to 12s, okay, before we get into more variability of this and this, try to approach them in a sense of stand tall, okay, in whatever is comfortable for your feet, okay, with majority of your foot connected to the ground. And so I'm going to touch on that with the balance, because that's what we want, okay? Okay, because we need to, again, flow and energy. So as we see here, okay, we're now having them get their bodies to understand how I need to efficiently generate energy. And how do we do that? We got to push off something to generate it. So now with the no jump, okay, they got to figure out how they got to go and pretty much break the floor with the ground and to go into it.
Okay, so it wasn't important for the jump for the shooting. It's true or not?
Well, you want to jump on your shot. Why? Because you're putting more force into the ground, and with more force, now we're getting that ball to move faster, and now we can shoot further away. Because that's the big difference with shooting away. We don't change anything. It's more so how quickly does this ball now need to move. Okay, but it comes down to efficient energy transfer. We got to generate something.
But we are not forced for the jump.
No. Okay. No, you don't have to, but at the end of the day, like as we're moving around in the environment, okay, yeah, we're going to be able to jump and shoot, because we're going to get that ball there more efficiently and easier versus a free throw, a much more not static environment, nothing's absorbing it. We could do this, okay? Okay, so as I take them through these activities, watch their bodies, watch kind of how they're struggling with some things, how they're starting, them struggling and moving different is communicating to us that they're allowing their bodies to move in a different way, trying to feel something out, okay? But the only focus and intention with this is, hey, no jump shooting. Okay, keep it to one thing.
Because she's trying to go to the two hands, and she's the end of the...
See, and then that's her communicating to us that her body now is trying to figure out how does it efficiently go there. So instead of this, okay, now it's how can I maybe go, but without saying that, right? Okay. All right, athletes, and time. Scores, come in. Scores, quick. 25, 17, 17, 22, 21, 24. Hey, you always want to have competition too and intention with it, okay? So next one we're going to do. Now, same thing. We're trying to think, okay, how efficiently can we have this ball flow up our bodies, okay, in a way that could go in one direction where that ball is feeling light. We never want shooting to feel heavy, okay? So your next one, you can jump on this one, but you are starting with the ball up high above your head, okay? What you're going to do is you have to tap the ground, and from here, okay, you have to shoot right into your shot, okay? No pausing, no nothing. So again, from here, not slowing, okay? I go and I get my shot. Oh, I got it, Pete. I got it, okay? Next one in here, that told me something, okay? Again in here, okay? Self-correct. So 2 points again. Once it taps the ground, okay? Once this ball's in motion, it stays in motion. Swish is 2. Any other make is 1. Okay? 2 minutes again. Reset the scores. Ready? And go. So now, again, instead of telling them, hey, go lower, bend your knees. What do you do with this approach? You put them in the position to solve and figure it out. Okay? So yes, in a game, are they going to go as low? No, but now they're starting to give their bodies a chance to feel, hey, I got to get under the ball here, okay? And I have to move quickly. So what I'm looking for here is, are they going in one fluid motion? Because we want a one fluid motion shot, not a stop, kill the energy. Now we're going to do exactly. So now it's forcing them. So even in here, we have a 2-part, right? So she's very uncomfortable. Okay, watching here. Yeah, see a 2-part. Okay. Hannah, once that ball hits the ground, you want to think how quickly can you explode through the roof. You can't stop.
Yeah.
See? Way better. Okay, but did you see how I just directed, though, the effect of how quickly can you explode through the roof versus, hey, you can't pause and reset your shot. Giving them a mental image, okay, that they could go through. Now it's already self-correcting. But do you all also now see, look at her feet, right? Like watch her feet. What's not really connected to the ground. And that's where we see power's lost because now we're thrown out of balance versus now she can't really push up off and get that ball there efficiently with not feeling heavy. Okay? So these are things that by being silent and we give them a challenge, we get to now observe, okay, what is the main common thing in the issue that's happening so that when we go in and we step in to direct their attention, it's one thing, it's efficient, and then it's immediately they've applied and they've corrected it, right? And time! Good. Athletes, come in. Scores. 12, 8, 17, 15, 20, high score, 12, okay? Again, also lower scores, also expecting. Why? Because we're trying to teach our body a new way. Again, athletes, the thing that I'm having you really attack here, how efficiently can you get this ball to run up your body in one direction without it stopping, okay? The other thing, remember, you want to look at that effect rather than thinking, oh, how is this moving? But just also intentionally feeling what you're feeling. Yeah? Okay. So with this third one, okay, we are going to fall with the ball. Okay, so we're going to go forward. You're going to put the ball through your legs. Again, in this position from here, you are shooting and coming out of whatever it is. Okay? So fall with the ball, shot. Okay? As you go to the other side, other position, okay, if I stepped with my right foot, now I'm stepping with the left, fall with the ball from here, right into it. Okay? Swishes are 2, any other make is 1. All right, here we go. 2 minutes. So once again, designing the problem of putting them in a position, okay, where now they have to figure out to shoot through imperfect. Hey, if I'm getting a pass from a teammate, it's a bad pass.
You catch on.
I'm right here, okay? So I'm unlocking, okay, all these unusual positions right now. And by unlocking that, now we're opening up the body, okay, to start to find that functional solution, to shoot through imperfect, okay? So exposing them to that, all right? And now we're starting to kind of add a little bit more momentum, okay, with how can I keep this fluidly going through, okay? Good. Good. 1 minute! 1 minute! Good. Just let me make sure that we're moving forward into it. Yes, good.
Yes.
And time! Count it. Count it. Scores. 13? 8? 11, 13, sorry. 13's tie, high score. 15 high score. 15? Hey, tied. Next one and last one of this focus, okay? So again, energy. How could we now take it one way and now go towards the net in one direction? So ball here. You're going to be on one side of the lane line. Your partner's going to be on the other side of the lane line, okay? One of you is going to say go, okay? And then now it's who could quickly get to the elbow first and get their shot in for the point to count, okay? Swishes will be 2. Any other make will be 1, but it's the person's ball to go in that will only get the point, okay? How we're moving though, all right, is from here, and you must go here and then turn. I don't care if you turn there, if you want to do this, if you want to do that, okay? It's just how quickly can you get to the elbow, all right, after you must go, okay, to beat your partner. Good? Okay, so we're going to go a 2-minute round, all right? Coming up the lane lines, alternate who says go when, all right? Okay, so set it up. Ready, go! So now remember how I was saying manipulating certain sensory information? Okay, what are they not seeing right now? What are they not seeing by me? The basket, okay? So manipulating their eyes. So how quickly can they find the target? Because in a game, when you're moving around everything, you're not looking at there. Okay, so we're challenging their eyes. Okay, what else are we challenging in a sense? So we had what they see, what they touch, what they hear, how they move, the direction, how they're moving through space. So I'm taking them away from the basket now with momentum and challenging them to how quickly can now they take that energy and now put it towards the basket. Exactly.
Yeah, no jump.
No, they could, no, they could jump. No, they could jump. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There was only the first one. Only the first one. Everything else, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just the first one.
Just the first one. Every other one, I allowed them to jump.
But every time they are changing in the place, not just the same spot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay. You never want to shoot 2 shots in the same spot.
Okay.
Never, because it'll never happen in a game.
Okay.
So we need to train in that manner. 30 seconds! Now, the other thing of why, okay, again, remember it comes to effect, okay? Swishes are 2. Any other make is 1. Okay, swishes are brads. Brads stands for, it's an acronym. It stands for back, rim, and down. Back, rim, and down is, that wouldn't be a brad. So it rattled the rim, okay? So it's that pure, it hits the back and it just drops straight down.
Okay, you suggest in the go to the hoop?
Swish.
Yeah, okay. Not in the backboard, put in the backboard.
Not in the backboard.
Okay.
I'll actually have backboard, okay, especially for younger ones, because younger ones just want to do this.
Yeah.
I say backboard is 0 points.
Really?
Yes. Why? Because their bodies are going to, and they naturally correct and they figure themselves out. That's the beauty of the body, right? So they figured out, how do I quickly and more efficiently need to get that ball to the basket? Well, I'm going to look like this, right?
Yeah.
They're going to look like an airplane.
But they get an easy basket for the backboard.
But we don't want that. Why? Because we want to develop touch. We want to develop adaptability. We want to develop feel, because I'm not going to always bank a shot in. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, we need to be catching it on the move. Sometimes I need a higher arc because of a defender, different length. Okay, sometimes maybe it's a faster closeout. I can't do that. Okay, we need to have that arc. Why? We need the arc. Why? Because that's a consistent, repeatable outcome. Versus if I'm doing this, beeline, you're giving the ball less of a chance to drop in. And Peter's going to really focus on the kind of physics kind of portion of it that he dives into. Okay, but it's that drop angle, because if you could give that ball more of a chance to go in, even if things went wrong, you still give it a shot because you allowed the drop angle. Versus if you go beeline, less room for error.
Is like a guard and forward position. If the player is the tallest,
positionless basketball. Yeah. Hold on. Time! Swish, count it. Score. 3? 17. I love that. Yeah, we're exhausted. It's good. 6? Yeah. 7? 10? Okay. Now, also, okay, do you hear how they're like breathing right now? Okay. This is also simulating fourth quarter, fatigue. Okay. How could we shoot when our body is tired? Okay. And we're forcing it into kind of a lot more taxing position as well. So we're also simulating the performance environment that way. Okay. Versus, hey, coach, go ahead, run them 17s and then go and do that. Okay. So more of a lot more, what am I trying to say here? Thank you. Yeah, representative in that sort of sense. Okay, so athletes, check in with yourselves, okay? How are you feeling with that energy taking yourself away, and how quickly could you find it going up, okay? You're moving differently. I'm putting you in a different position, okay? Now, the next thing that I'm focusing on a little with energy transfer, okay, now is our feet, okay? Athletes, the more foot you could get connected to the ground, the more you could have something to push up off of. And when you push something, okay, do you have more or less power? Yeah, you got more, okay? So we are going to specifically, I'm taking your focus only towards your feet. So I'm going to be challenging your feet to how quickly you could fight for fast feet, I always say. Fight for fast feet, okay? How they end up, whether it's close together, whether it's further, okay, whether it's in line, I don't care. Opposite, I just want you to get both feet on the ground as quickly as you can, okay, and as violently as you can. So, okay, it can be quick, it can be sharp, okay, but trying to find, okay, something to push up off of. All right, so the first one we're going to do, okay, ball's here. Okay, you're going to shoot 2 shots, but never in the same spot, okay, just so that we can maximize time on task and efficiency with reps here, okay? So first partner, you're going to stand on 1 foot, okay? So 1 foot on 1 rep, then I'm going to move maybe over here, okay? And then stand on the other leg, okay? So from here, ball is being held wherever you want, okay? On your drop, okay, once both feet hit the ground, the ball signals it must go in one motion, okay? So from here, okay, then I would get ball over here, okay, standing on this foot, okay? Then partner is going to go left foot, right foot. Swish is 2, okay? Any other make is 1. You're still going to compete against your partners, okay? 2 reps and then switch. Good? All right, here we go. Fight for fast feet. Two shots, but never in the same spot. So 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and then switch off. Okay.
For training sequence, because we do all now in one session, right? Is it better to also really keep the same sequence for training, or is it better to split it up and say, okay, today we focus only on step 1 and 2?
So think of it less as like steps and more so what is the biggest limiting factor right now in it? Is the shot always going bing, 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 left, right, and center? So do we have an accuracy issue, shooting the ball straight? Do we have an issue of getting that ball up and maybe our bodies, okay? Or do we have an issue of, yeah, maybe our feet and our energy flow, so that when we're in a situation, they're hesitating, they're passing up on the shot. Why? Because they haven't gotten that ball to efficiently move up the body in the way that they can for them, okay, where it can adapt to the different types of shots. So I would say, what is the thing, okay, that they're struggling with the most? And then in that session, I only focus on that. So if we have a height issue, okay, so an arc, I'm only going to then focus in that kind of shooting, and their one thing of just today, it's just the body under the ball. That's it. That's all. The one focus.
There's no clear sequence, but it's like individual steps you can pick when.
Absolutely. Yes, so I'm showing you how I break, so the 4 things that I break down, where I'm just looking at the path of the ball. Each one of these segments could really just be one session in itself, 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm just going through them and exposing you to all of them. But these are the, but yeah. Yeah. No, sometimes I'll throw them right into it, and what is it that they're struggling with, okay, and meet them where they're at, okay. Good question. And time. Score. Sorry. 9. 5. 5. 9. I like using my German here. 4, 3. 6. 6. Ooh, ties. Okay, next one with our feet. Again, how quickly can you fight for fast feet? Specifically, and coaches here, I'm only allowing them to have both their feet hit the floor at the exact same time. Okay? I want you to start to feel how much more power you may have there to get that fully connected foot so that you could push off and generate as much as you can. Okay? In a game, yes. Are you going to go 1, 2, maybe in here? Absolutely. But now it's just allowing our bodies to, hey, how can we efficiently generate this power? Okay? Your next one you're going to do, okay? Again, 2 reps in a row and then switch, but never in the same spot. Okay? Now you're starting, so Hannah, go under there. So now it's off the pass. Okay? I'm going to be starting with 1 foot crossed in front on this leg, and then when I move over, I got to cross my other foot in front. Okay? So from here, when the ball is in the air, I got to quickly untangle them, hit the ground, and go up into it. Okay? So if I'm in here, okay, 1 point. Good? Same thing, reset scores, swishes are 2, any other make is 1. Okay? Play. There you go. Did you see that make right there? I was going to say, that is what we call a Brad. So that make that she had was a Brad. Did you hear how what Brad stands for? It's an acronym. Back, rim, and down. So instead of a swish, it goes like nice and pure and clear through. So Brads and swishes, we put as 2, because that's also telling us that they're putting that ball, okay, up with that arc. It's efficiently having that. So now we're rewarding, again, the effect of the shot.
What about the spin? Because this is just getting the ball out, but we have to focus on spinning the ball here, because the Brad is, I think, more efficient the more it spins.
So a spin issue like that, okay, tells me, and it's an indicator that the ball is going in 2 directions. But we only want the ball to go in 1. So what I mean by that is it could be as much as she gets it here. So watch Hannah, because she barely has any spin. Which it's either that, so it's maybe the balance hand that's playing into effect, but watch as the ball will be taken away from the basket, okay, and then going towards. Okay, so you see how she comes in here, she goes back, okay, and so less of a spin, but a swish, consistent, right? I think I was just about to say there as well, like if it's, remember, that consistent repeatable outcome, you don't touch it. And he was just asking right now about the spin. And I say the spin is an indicator of that ball is going in 2 directions. So it's not going in an efficient path. But if she's found a way in every situation with 2 hands, okay, now she doesn't have a contest or anything, so swish, great, okay. But when we start to add in a contest and I show you, maybe how many of those shots she's passing up. Why? Because it's not as efficient yet, okay. So we just take note of it, okay, but we still allow her to do what she's doing. She's getting swishes, right? And then now, like, her next part of her development for her would be, okay, we're doing a lot more contested shots. So now we expose her to, okay, maybe this isn't efficient. Now we're starting to maybe correct a little and find a different way of moving.
And does it want it in the land on same spot?
Sometimes in a game you shouldn't.
I would say land on 2 feet.
Yes.
There's like also a study. When you land on 1 foot, you shoot 20-25%
Yes.
Okay, but if the 2 feet is the in front, it's okay.
Yes.
You don't want to jump too far because you shoot from here, but then when you shoot from
like
here,
this.
like it messes up the perception of how far the basket. Because you shoot from here, but then if you land here and the shot was taken here, there's a distance that you travel instead of. I mean, can we always land on the same spot? No.
No.
Should we jump forward? I would say so. Jump backwards? Definitely not. But it's again, like
it's as consistent as we want. The majority of the time, we want to land onto in the same spot. But in a game, if there's a defender, I may have to fade to the left. I may have to fade to the right. I may have to fade backwards.
That's why again, like I think
it depends.
If you just shoot on air, then obviously yes, it's
Keep talking. Okay. Time. Scores. 12, 8. Scores. 6-5. 21 and 20. 14. Oh, we didn't have a tie. Okay. All right. Come here. Okay. So your next one to fight for fast feet. Okay. You're going to be kneeling. Okay. So you're here kneeling. Ball's there with your partner. Okay. You must. Okay. As this ball is in the air, don't throw it yet. As the ball is in the air, you want to think your feet are in the air. So as you catch the ball, again, once you hit the ground, that's signaling you, okay, to start to teach your body. When that happens, ball must be in motion and it's going, okay? So in here, you're going to yell ball, and then however you want to get up, it's up to you. Maybe your hand goes down, maybe you jump up off to, maybe I'm first foot, whatever's comfortable. It's on you. Okay? So maybe, yeah, your dominant foot, like for me, my dominant foot's there. Maybe I like that. Maybe now I'm trying a different way, but you just get up in the best way that you want, where when that ball's in the air, your feet are in there. But again, shooter, you can't be waiting. So delay the ball. Once you say ball, okay, so say ball, but don't throw it. And I get up, and now she passes it. No. So you want to challenge this pass, okay, and really force them to really have to fight for fast feet. Good? Okay, here we go. So in here again, unlocking movements, but also it is relevant. Sometimes in a game, I may be caught down here, and then the ball's coming, and okay, so there is always an intent with it. Okay, and again, for me, it's more so, what are the qualities that I'm trying to really target here, and it's putting them in different positions of good, just like that. Okay, so you see how she's fighting. Excellent. But do you see now how violently and how quickly they're just focusing on how could they? Okay, so she found a way, and then she adjusted. She had to move, and so she still caught the ball in the air. Okay, feet are in the air, because as I said, and Peter's going to talk a bit more like with sequencing, that's how it goes. Everything starts from the ground up. So this is what I'm giving them the problem to solve, and now they're starting to generate just a bit more of that energy and effortless shot. Okay. So you even watch his feet. They're great feet, okay? So Pete's a little slower over there. Pete, remember, you got to catch with the ball. Pete, remember, you got to catch the ball in the air with your feet in the air. Yeah, good. And you see the arc? Look better on it. Yeah. Watch when, yeah, once he goes. That's fine. That's fine. Good feet. So again, now it's allowing their bodies to understand efficient energy.
Tried it without saying ball, like with a bounce pass, with a slow pass.
I've done it before. Nope, it isn't. Okay. Freeze for a second. Okay. Instead of yelling ball, okay, passer, it now goes on the, so pass ball. Okay, it now goes on your, but you could. All right, hey, here we go.
And it's about the heart and the reaction.
Yeah, but now it's also, okay, what they're seeing, okay, because we need information for our movement. So now it's a bit more unpredictable of, oh, when do I gotta get up? So Celine, we could challenge that pass just a bit more, okay? Good. See how fast she gets up? She gets up pretty fast. But do you notice how everyone's kind of getting up in a very different way? Yep, yep. Watch him. Look how quickly his feet get down. Watch.
The aim is not corrected, right? The aim is the other way.
Yes, absolutely. Because for me, yeah, when I get up, because of my hips and everything, and I'm more right leg dominant, okay, I'm getting up here versus I want to do this, okay? We could absolutely say, hey, you have to alternate legs because, again, it would open up the system because I would be exploring it. But then that's just more so me targeting and refining general coordination. But at the end of the day, if you could, at something comfortable and, again, efficient and consistent, repeatable, outcome, not the movement, I'm good. I'm fine. Watch this quick. Nice and violent, okay? But again, we want majority of the foot connected. So if you can see, she's a little on toes, he's a little on toes, okay? And when we get into a more dynamic environment, okay, they may start to pass up on that shot. Why? Because they're not feeling as much energy. So that's why we still want to direct their attention of, hey, how much of the foot can you get to the floor? Okay? But at the same time, some people may want to be toe shooters, which is, again, fine. If you can now find your balance, you just have less room for error. Okay? More things could go wrong. Okay? But if you find a way that works for you, yeah.
We still stick so that we don't care how the feet are positioned. So they
Yes.
we don't direct.
Nope. Yep. Don't. Nope. Mm-hmm. And time. Count it. Ooh, swish. Count it. 2. Score. 14. 14. Tie. No. 11-6. 15. 7. All right. Okay. Last one of fighting for fast feet here. Okay. So ball's going to be down there as well. Again, we're going to go not on ball. We'll go on the slap. Okay. Now for this, you still want to challenge the pass, but you're going to kind of give just a little bit more air for it within reason. Okay. Because I'm going to be on my stomach. Okay. Hands are shown here. Again, how you want to get up, it's up to you. You just have to quickly get up. Okay. Your feet have to be in there when the ball is in the air. Okay. Okay, still got my feet down, okay? And then it's shooting through that imperfect catch wherever it is, okay? Good pass, well done. 2 minutes, here we go. So with this one, okay, again, representative in a game. You could fall down. You need to quickly get up. That was the perfect, because now it's, yeah, how quickly. So again, we're opening up and we're challenging the movement,
Yeah.
okay, of getting faster as well. Good, good. Very good. Ah, see, now look at all that. Now,
Again, what's amazing with this is look how much they are smiling.
I was just about to say, I was just about to say,
smiling
and they're laughing, okay? Oh, so yeah, she gets up fast. She gets up fast. But also with one clear focus that they're worried on is feet have to be in there when the ball's in there, and how quickly can I get them there? That's it. That's all we're doing. And that again is focusing on that big pillar of mine of energy transfer. Okay. And yes, the balancing portion of it. Okay. The next one we're going to do, I'm going to give them water. Okay. And then we're going to be and then we're going to be focusing on the body under the ball and the tasks of, hey, that's that direction there. So again, the effect wise is the outcome of the shot, okay, the swish, or again, if it's rattling, because now that's telling them and them understanding, okay, what is it that, am I getting enough arc on it? Am I shooting straight? Okay, so the intention in directing them towards there and how those makes now are coming is allowing them to feel and start to now play with their shot in a different way. Oh, maybe I got to shoot it lighter. Maybe I got to go up more. And now they're discovering that through problem solving without us saying, hey, shoot higher, bend your legs more to get the ball up. No, it's just make a switch 2 points.
Then for intensity, because you could also no goal say faster, but we don't do that. They should just cover that themselves.
Exactly, because if they don't get up fast, A, that ball's going, or B, it hits the head. And so now that's how we do it.
Fast.
Yep.
Yeah, but you could add further pressure on getting more faster reactions out.
You could.
But it's not the idea of the.
Yep. And so with this specifically, I'll get them to go. And time! No score. What do we got? 4, 2, and a ball in the face. Okay. 2-1. Okay. And we fell there, which was great. 4. Did we get a ball in the face or anything? No. Okay. But again, problem. How quickly can you just get up so that A, you don't get a ball in the face, and B, just finding a way how to get up? Because in a game, you may be, hit, no foul called, all right, but then you still want to get up for that shot. Okay, I'm going to let you grab water, okay, and then we'll come back here for the minute for the next focus, okay? All right, go grab water. So with that, okay, and in the next portion, the next 10 minutes that I have them in, focusing on body now under the ball, okay, and now we're looking at the path, the height, the arc. That's going to tell us, okay, A, is our body getting under the ball? And B, are we giving it more of an opportunity to drop down? And Peter will go a bit more that he likes to talk more with regards to the physics portion of it. But that for me is just as far as I go with diving into physics of, hey, we just want that nice drop angle, because I didn't know that if you actually take down the rim, okay, you put 2 basketballs side by side, you fit them in. Did you know that?
Yeah, I see a lot of basketballs getting stuck during
training. So if you have 2 basketballs, so now when it goes back to the question, it is.
You try.
Yeah, like when you bring the ring down. Yeah. So now it goes back to your question of, hey, can't we always have younger kids bank the shot in? Well, you're giving yourself less likelihood of that ball going in versus if you shoot it up, because the ball has to do 2 things for it to go in. It's got to go up and it's got to go straight.
Oh, really?
See? Yay! Bring it down here. Okay, so athletes. We got it. Good. You're good. Okay, so we focus on having the ball flow with energy. How efficiently can we have, and we target it with our feet, because it does start with our feet. If we can't generate efficient energy, anything else that we do from here on up doesn't really kind of matter. Everything else has to go perfect then, and we don't want to have perfect occur, because the game is all about imperfections. All right, so we give ourselves more of a shot by with our feet and the way with which the direction that that ball is taking repeatedly, so we could have that consistent outcome. Okay, this next focus, again, what are the 2 things that the ball has to do to go in? Up and straight. Okay, if it goes up, what got under the ball? body. Okay, again, I'm asking you this because the more that you could understand your shot and feel it, now you know, okay, if this path of the ball, which I'm going to get you to focus on, now you know for your next shot, oh, I can self-correct, and now you're becoming a lot more confident and independent shooter. Okay, so the path of this ball, and like I said, and I don't advertise and I don't stand by McDonald's as a franchise or anything, but the golden arches, okay, we want the ball to take that path of the golden arch. Okay, so have that image in your head when you're trying to look at the path of the ball. Okay, so here we're only focusing on how quickly can you get your body under the ball. I don't care how you do so, I don't care how it looks, just get your body under the ball. Okay, so for this first one, okay, point system in here, you're specifically going to be starting with this ball pinned to your chest. So I still don't have a contest here. Okay, so your partner is going to be underneath, you're going to shoot your 2 shots, and then you're going to switch, okay? So ball is pinned to your chest, elbows are out, okay? You must let go of the ball, okay? Now, you can either catch it below your waist, or you could catch it below your knees. Wherever you catch it, you must go right into your shot, okay? Your swish is 2, anything else is a 1. So again, I'm standing here nice and tall, okay, putting you in a position, okay, short, okay, come over here, again, standing tall, in here, maybe I want to try lower, don't get all these peep, nah, it is what it is, okay, clearly, let me go another one, okay, but again, you're in this position, you have the choice. Are you dropping it to the waist? Okay. And how quickly can you find yourself under? Or are you going for the knees? Knees is going to be 2 points. Below the waist is going to be 1 point. If it's a swish on either, it doubles. Okay. So if you go for a 1 and you get a swish, it goes to 2. Yeah. All right. So in here, nice and tall. Got to get it there. Okay. I got to figure it out. Good. All right, 2-minute round on this. Play. Doesn't matter. I like a guy's ball better.
You gotta find an excuse, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta be something,
right?
You gotta be something.
No, man, I'm going way too upright. I got no energy in me. Got no energy in me.
You can say.
Yeah, long childhood, which I was, my sleep was disrupted, so that's my excuse. Yeah, see? So it's now putting them in that position where they have to flow without saying, hey, drop your knees, okay? Bend your knees more. Because people, Steph Curry, knee bend like here. Caitlin Clark, also lower knee bend. Steve Nash, my favorite player, it's more down here. Doesn't matter. Whatever is good. Now, for me, in all of my reps, okay, I know for self-correct, I'm not getting to actually like where I'm most powerful. I'm stopping. I'm way too upright. Hence why I'm short, okay? So for these athletes, giving them a choice here of 2 points if you go lower, 1 point if you come here. My biggest thing with this is how I do more so approach modern day spot shooting, okay? Spot shooting, we've seen before, hey, you stand here, same shot every single time, okay? Here, this is how the challenge in and of itself, okay? I'm providing more of a cognitive load, a cognitive stress. The equivalent would be, okay, now it's a normal shot, and now I have a defender running out at you. So if you don't have a defender access to you, or you want the athletes to focus on a bit more of what I'm really trying to get them here for is that drop, okay? And that dip of the ball that a lot of coaches don't like to see, where it goes down and then up. We actually want that because the ball has to move first before we get under it. So I'm specifically giving them that without them even knowing it, and teaching shooting through there. The dip in efficiently getting this ball to go first and movement. So that's why they have to let it go, and now they have to catch it going down and then up.
What would be the optimal power generation position if you just go like this, right?
So the one thing that I will say with that question already is you're trying to look for something optimal. okay? And one thing, it doesn't exist, okay? We want adaptable. Adaptability is the new one. The fixed position, again, it'll be up to them. Maybe they're better getting strength from less here. Maybe somebody has to get down lower to generate. From a movement perspective, if we could get a lower center of gravity and find a position that we're strong and stable in, yeah, we're going to generate more power out of there, okay? But there's no optimal, in a sense.
So it's completely moving away from the perfect idea to really just everyone finds its own way.
Absolutely, you got it. You nailed it. It's moving further away from the one way of doing things, one cookie cutter, and going into how much more infinite ways can our body organize itself in the many ways that it can.
But we still have some fundamentals which, because it's coming back to two-hand shooting, to one-hand shooting, and there is still some better way, although some might still shoot better too, right?
So the whole culture of Tokyo, okay, they actually shoot like this. Okay, yes, but they are the most efficient shooting country in the world, okay? And when you go and you say fundamentals, in a sense, fundamentals for me and Peter, but especially for me, it's not fundamentals, it's functionality. That is skill. That is conceptual, more contemporary ways. That's adaptability. That is your most skilled player. It's what's functional for them, okay? Fundamentals, the only thing that it really does, it's an aesthetic. It just looks how it does. But can that be applied in a situation where I have two defenders running out at me, where I'm backpedaling in here and I get that fundamental in? No. Fundamentals are within a calm environment, a stationary one. Okay, so it's starting to shift away from that as well. And it's not fundamental, one way, gotta look traditional like this. It's functionality. What works in that situation to have that repeatable, consistent outcome, not repeatable, consistent movement.
But if I start from a clean kit, right?
Yep, which is perfect.
Yeah, that's where I start.
Yep,
that's why I'm asking, where should I start? Should I still start with...
Let me get them into the next one, and then I'm going to address that question. And time! 8 scores! 22, 18? 18? 31. Okay, all right. Okay, so again, body under the ball, okay, is our main focus. How you get there, again, we don't want to lose sight of our connection of our foot, okay, and how much we could generate into the ground. We're just starting to now build into the next portion and sequence of our shot, okay? How many of us are still intentional about feeling kind of what we're feeling here? Are we? Okay, I'm going to ask you just to be a bit more in how is the body feeling differently? Okay, what are you forced to do? Okay, in this next one, okay, you're starting outside the 3-point line, okay, because we're going to be moving in. Our shot is still going to be taken outside of the key, okay? What you must do, okay, is you are holding this ball nice and relaxed, tall position, okay, very important, we're in here, and you are going to drop it, you're going to allow it to hit the ground, okay? So here you're going to have it hit the ground, but you want to see how close to the ground you can now make contact with the ball, okay? So as you're here, it's how quickly can you catch it near your shoelaces, and now you're smashing the ball, okay? So it's here, drop, smash. From this smash, okay, you must spin into your shot. Okay? Oh, geez. I know. We got a lot of things here. Okay? So again, it's drop it, catch it, smash it, and then now we're going as if you're taking like your sword out of your pocket. Okay? You're spinning out. Okay? And then on your next rep, okay, you have to toss it with the other hand to go down, okay? So again, in here, nice and relaxed. Into that, good? All right, here we go. I'm gonna make one. Feet, feet. I'm gonna make one. But it's okay because the whole thing's caught on the iPad anyways. So now we're really testing the coordination, all of these different things, but you see how that's providing more of the challenge than a defender running on it. It's the exact same. Okay, so the cognitive stress in here, okay, is equivalent to a contested shot. Okay, and this is my version of spot shooting versus 10 from there, 10 from here, 10 from there. Okay, so do you see how she rose up? Okay, and again, what's the intent of this block that I'm focusing on? How quickly can they get what under the ball? How quickly? No, no. What's this whole focus on in this?
And the body and
the body, the body. Okay, they have to drop it. They got to catch it as close. Look where my body is now. It's in the position that it really needs to stay in. So as I open up, I'm still, now I add that problem in there, but again, they're in a position now where their body is in and under the ball that they have to figure out and stay in. Versus Hannah, okay, and that's what Peter's saying right now is, hey, you're down here. Why are we coming up? And then this, and then now our body isn't under the ball and our shot isn't as efficient, right? So again,
so you must stay in the low position.
Well, that's what they have to figure. That's what they have to figure out, right? So they have to. That's the intent of how quickly can you catch it? Good, stays low, body under the ball. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, path of the ball there tells me, hey, body got under the ball. Okay, watch Pete there. So he comes up a little, but arc, fine, found a way. Way better. See, so see how Peter then corrected her of how much longer she stayed lower, body under the ball. Now, one thing that you could really watch with Hannah, because you both saw her, like she has more of a two-handed shot, okay? Watch how much her shot is inconsistent and not repeatable of going in. But when it does go in, it's a swish, right? So yes, is that the part of it? But now, okay, that's fine. But we want a repeatable shot. And when we're getting her more dynamic, you see how it's more inconsistent now, which is now revealing how, this really isn't effective. And then that's how we get them to kind of, how we communicate to them without really telling them that, no, your shot, you can't shoot two-handed. Well done. And just to quickly go to, well, I'll put him in the last portion of this body one, and then I'll address that question of like the really fresh ones, because for me and Pete, or especially for me, and coordination and movements, okay, is skill. And what I've really dove down deep into that's so beautiful, just to unlock and harness and see like, wow, skill could be acquired so efficiently when we just focus on the body and how it could move in the many infinite ways. And so for me, 13, and I even did a camp in France, 10 to 12s, amazing. Did the exact same thing I would with the 14s, with pros and everything. And the younger ones, they get it faster. They get it faster because they're still so creative and pure. So my biggest mentor told me once, never underestimate the kid. And so I've even seen it firsthand where the kid doesn't even know how to shoot yet or anything. Just body under the ball, little boy, little girl, they find a way faster because they're out playing on the playground, still monkey bars, they're falling, they're everything. So that's, you start even with them. Don't be fearful, okay? We just start them now within range, but the exact same thing, exact same thing. Yeah, and Peter's a great advocate of this as well, but even for me, that net goes down lower. That ball is smaller, but it could also be a dodgeball. It doesn't have to be an actual basketball yet. Something that is not going to allow them, where it's so heavy that, again, kids are smart, the body's beautiful, where if it's heavy, they're going to find a way. They're going to find a way, right? You see how they're also kind of going here. The spin is one of the hard ways for them to coordinate to open up. And so I say, yeah, you want to pull out a sword or you're unbuckling the seat belt, something to kind of get that motion. Because in a game, if you're spinning, you're not going to be spinning like this, right? So let's see how she spins. But it's still, I want you're tossing it down. So one thing that IQ is, watch, Hannah. So on this last one, okay, when you're spinning, you want to think tossing the ball down into the ground, okay? Yes, okay, just like that. Yes, and see how much more perfect. Well done, excellent. So you see how much more challenging the balance portion of it, but at the same time, it's a more effective spin because when we spin move, that's the movement that we want. And it was a great messy rep like that, okay? You see how much more controlled and out of balance that is? We want more unbalance. We want more chaos like that because when we're too controlled, we're starting to take control of our movement and we're a bit more rigid versus if we could challenge our balance, the more that we could challenge the spin, the more we could find that imperfect and get our body under the ball, okay? And time! Going to task myself, I'm cutting at 20. Okay, score. 17. Okay, all right. What's our focus in this one? What's the problem I'm giving you? What do you have to get under the ball? Your body. Body first, but yes, hand, okay? What's also telling you that your body's under the ball? What are you looking at? Or maybe that you're not looking at? Arc, okay? Again, if you could feel your shot and you could understand your shot, you could correct it, okay? So again, it's very different than overthinking or coaches saying, oh, you don't want to think when you play. That's different than being intentional, okay? So in this last one, okay? I'm going to challenge you right into this. I'm going to skip a step on this one. So you're going to be holding the ball, nice and relaxed, okay? But now we're going to be moving away. So as you drop the ball, okay, so you're starting inside the key, okay? As you drop the ball, you have to catch it before it hits the ground, and you're stepping back, creating this, and then from here, wherever it is, this imperfect position, okay, you got to shoot through it, okay? So your one, as you go, it's a step back. So you step back, okay, into it, okay? Then I'll go from a different spot, okay? I stepped with my right foot back. Obviously, a lot of things are going to feel different. One side's going to be stronger than the other. Oh my God, okay? So that's what we got to figure out through there. Good? All right, so we're going right into between the legs, okay? Swishes are 2, anything else is 1. All right, here we go. We're only going to go 1 minute on this round because I have 2 more to do. I'm going to stop at the hour and then you'll take the hour.
At 8, it's finished. You got 10 minutes. This is perfect.
Oh, this isn't. We got it. Oh, I'm mic'd up and we're here. We're going to have to edit that. But no, because I want you to be in here.
Last time it goes till 8. Like all the parents are going to come get the kids at 8. How much longer? Yeah, when you have to be home. Right?
Yeah, you know I must pay because I have.
You have your mother at home.
Yeah, my mother at home. Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm going to show them the hand under the ball. It's only 2 minutes, but I told you, Pete, what my goal was.
Once a year, I'm here all the time. I can do this all the time.
Please also ask Peter questions because he is also like of the exact same as I'm going through in here, and he could also like But the biggest portion in this is I'm challenging their coordination to get her moving backwards, right? So we got to step backwards. So we're starting inside, and just can you go and step out? And, yep, good. And look how she's thinking. Good, because it's an unusual movement and coordination. Okay.
Even here, I think it's always amazing how you throw the challenge, and then what happens when they are challenged? They cannot and think about my form. They just shoot how they feel comfortable. So
well done, Hannah.
Challenge. You see, she throws up. She's not going to think of
Keep talking. Keep talking. Hey, and time. Good, Pete. Time. Score. Yeah, should be lower scores here. Yeah. Good.
The last one count.
Yeah. 3, 6. Okay, so now instead of between the legs when the ball gets dropped, now you're going to go behind the back. Okay, now two kind of options for you here. Okay, as the ball is here, you could either, and again, you must step backwards. Okay, so you're breaking the line one way, and then you're taking the step the other way. Okay, how you get into it, if you want to do that, that's fine. I just need you to step back. Okay, so from here, once you go and you step back, you could either wrap around your waist, or for 2 points, you could go and try and wrap around and under your bum. Okay, so once you're in here and you drop it, can you a little lower? Okay, so 2 points for under the bum, 1 point, okay, if you just want to go around the waist. Okay, 1 minute for this one. Okay, and play. Good. So once you drop it, you're still stepping back and you still have to. Yes, good. Yeah, keep going through that.
I mean, there's.
Nice, well done. Good. Good. And then ball starting low here. Yep. Good. Good. And time. Good. Score. That's fine. 4. 4, 4. 2. Okay, our last one to this, okay? Now we're going to combine the two. You got to go between the legs to behind the back. Okay? So from here, it's between, behind, in. Oh, okay? And then you're stepping back the other way. So in here, again, it's dropping the ball, okay? Drop, take the step. So we're moving backwards. How quickly can you take that energy going back to going up? Okay? Here we go. 1 minute on this one. Yep. Good. Excellent. Well done. Yeah. Good rep. That's fine. Good, good. So you still drop the ball. Good. Good. Remember, we're still dropping it, and how quickly can you find it before it hits the ground? Good. Good. And time. Okay, come down here. Scores. 1, 2. Scores. Scores. Quick, quick, quick. 5, 3. Okay. All right. Last portion of this. I'm going to take us through 3 minutes. Okay. And it's our last 3 minutes. So we did our body under the ball. Now we have to quickly, okay, if we want to shoot straight, get what under the ball? The hand. Okay. So when the hand, now I'm going to start to challenge them here in these last 3 minutes. Okay. So now both of you need a ball. So can we grab a ball right there? Okay. We're at the free throw line. Okay. Ball's here. Okay, so you're going to be standing right in front of your partner, okay? You're going to be the ball's length away, okay? Ball's going to be pinned on your back, okay? And the ball for me, okay, is starting in the position where I'm just about to shoot it, okay? Hand is behind the ball. If we could get our hand from behind the ball quickly under the ball, okay, we just push through the middle of it. Okay, so from here, you're going to be moving, and you have to mirror and stay in front of me. Okay, change that. Whenever I want to tap the ball to my thigh is when you could try and get this ball from out, and yes, contest it. Okay, so if we're in here, Brad, got a Brad today. Okay, so we're going to go off of this. We're going to go 30. We'll go, 1 minute, okay? You and your partner, and I want to give you 2 more, okay? Here we go. Good. There you go. Swishes are 2. Good. Hey, that's a Brad. I'll count that. 2. Ah, well done. Hey, and time. Count it. Ooh, good. Hey, okay, time. Next one. Score. 2. 4-2. 2. Okay, next one you're going to do. Still ball length away. Okay, ball length away. Okay, here. Now we're both going to be hot potatoing this ball. So we're throwing it, okay? The ball must go head height, okay? And must come down to our belly button. So it just can't be this, okay? So we're both going here again, okay? Once I go into my shooting motion is when you could have 2 hands on the ball and then try and contest it, okay? So in here. Good? Okay, hot potatoing. Here we go. 1 minute. Reset the scores and play. So biggest thing here in this as well, okay, challenging the hands. How quickly can they get on the ball, okay? And if it's behind the ball, we could now quickly get it under the ball. And now we push through the middle of the ball. This is going to be our straight thing. So now if we see the ball going, we know the hand isn't behind and it's not getting under, okay? The biggest thing with this now, okay, it's forcing our hand to reorganize and get on the ball as quickly as it can in the best way, okay? So maybe, yes, it is being caught off the seams, but the other one that I love with hot potato is, like I said, it has to go above the forehead and down here. So what am I now eliminating with that ball being moved in that manner? What am I challenging? What's blocking?
The body and the eyes.
The eyes.
Yeah,
so as the ball gets here, they can't see the rim. They can't see the defender either. Okay. So now I'm also challenging that with hot potato. Okay? And Other thing here now is now they're starting to figure out how unpredictable can I go into my shot. Okay, I have one more to challenge the hands, okay, because I'm cognizant of this time, but I want to give you this one last one. Okay, and time. Good. Hey, count it, count it. Okay, scores. 1, 2. Okay, our last one with this, okay, challenging our hands. How quickly can they get on the ball, behind the ball, so now it could get under. Again, if this ball is missing this way, what's that telling us? It isn't straight, which means what didn't we do? We didn't get the hand under the ball and we didn't push through the middle of the ball. It does not matter what finger this is coming off of, okay? It may, if it's now going really like this, but I don't want you to focus on, oh, it's got to come off this and this. May not. As long as you just push through the middle of the ball and you see that ball going straight, you're okay. The last one to this, okay, to challenge our hands. Here, again, ball length away. We are both wrapping this ball behind our back, okay? I could go one way, I could go in here, okay? Whenever I want to get into my shot, okay? I'm going up quickly, getting that hand under. Good? Is our last one for the day, okay? Challenging the hand, ball wraps. Go. The other thing again with this, okay, deception in our movements, but this is also ball handling at its finest, eliminating the dribble. So with kids as well, okay, getting comfortable with wrapping this ball around, because why? That's the start to how I actually wrap the ball with the dribble. So now it's getting them comfortable with this movement and exposing their bodies to that, okay? And again, it's challenging the hand. How quickly can I reorganize it to get on the ball, to get behind, get under. That's it. So for this, as you can see, it's just a lot of movements and it's allowing them to, hey, and now he just learned, so he wasn't as deceptive, okay, to go through it, okay? But these are the things in which I allow them to problem solve and simply going down to body under, hand under, okay? Taking their attention to swishes. Brad, that's a Brad. That would have been Brad, okay? And it's just allowing them to explore the different movements. Good. Okay, so I'm cutting it. It's done. Perfect.
Good, this is good.
Okay, this is good. I'll bring him in and then we could have that. See in here. So did you see how now her hand wasn't on the ball as quickly? Great example of it, okay? And that's what we want to eliminate. We don't want kids to pass up on that shot. We want them to shoot through imperfect moments because they have done majority of the things right to just get their body under and their hand under to always shoot and find a solution through it. That is skill, right? They always find a solution no matter the situation. And time! Buzzer beater, count it. All right, come in. Okay. So, how did we find that? In a sense of, you just learned to shoot efficiently, but in a way with which it was more problem solving, it was movements, it wasn't, hey, I'm under the rim, I'm doing this, okay? Shooting is a feeling, okay? Very clear with that. Challenging movements, how you move in the best way possible, okay? But again, it comes down to if you could understand your shot by feeling through every single portion of it, which means through your eyes, the touch of the ball, how you're moving in space, okay? The spinning, the speed, okay? All of that is game representative. So again, it comes down to the more that you could feel and understand your body, because you will always know it best, okay? And how it feels. Coach won't. So if it feels awkward to you or it doesn't feel right, okay, switch it up. You're allowed to. There's so many possible ways that your body could move that's going to be efficient for you. Because at the end of the day, all we want is an efficient, consistent outcome, not a movement, not a way of doing things. Okay? But you understand all I need to do for the ball to go in is it go up and straight. And how do I get it to go up? What do I gotta just focus on? Body. How do I gotta get it to go straight? The hand under the ball, okay? And what's efficiently going to get that ball there in the lightest way possible, because shooting shouldn't be hard. How much energy and flow, what would we do? What else did we challenge? Yeah, that's it. The feet, okay? The majority of the foot connected and pushing up off the ground, okay? Those ways, okay, and looking at the effect of your shot, you now are that much more confident, as well as competent shooter that could shoot through anything in any situation. And we're starting to figure out, because I saw a rep in here and there, okay, where the defender actually timed it and blocked the shot, okay? That's now us having to think, okay, how much more deceptive can we be with our movements, okay? I want to thank you for allowing me to take you through that workout. Peter, in addition to all those points that I've hit, because you do the exact same stuff and your approach to shooting with that, is there anything that you maybe want to add into any of those points that are similar?
What I was saying to them is we tend to look too much for the perfect form. Like everything needs to be perfect, and it just doesn't, that's not the reality. So it's more principles. Like here, I think principles are very clear. Two big ones is, well, three maybe. The base, how we start is, I always say how we start is how we finish. If we start the shot unbalanced, then we usually finish unbalanced. If it's balanced and powerful, we finish balanced and powerful. So that's a principle. Is it going to be this? Is it this? Is it this? It's all about how you feel comfortable in your body. And then another big principle is, to get under the ball, right? We have to get under the ball to shoot it up. And if we want to shoot it straight, we have to try to get the hand in the middle of the ball to shoot it straight. So it's more about the principles than form, because every form is going to look different. So having that image of, oh, we want to all look like Steph Curry is going to be crazy, because you are not built like Steph Curry or like Klay Thompson. It's just not the reality. So I would say it's more the principle than a perfect form.
Well done today. Excellent. Coaches, do you have any kind of questions, comments, concerns? No? Good. Excellent. Awesome. Well, athletes, thank you for getting through a different way of learning how to shoot. And then these are all the things that, you could take with yourself on a hoop by yourself. And if you don't have a contest or a defender, simply having a challenge of having to move a different way, dropping this ball, putting yourself in a different position. Maybe, hey, you have to shoot a shot with your feet like this, okay? And you got to make X amount. Providing a different challenge for yourself and a different problem, even if you don't have a defender, will still allow you to transfer this training over into a game, okay? So I want to thank you and use Peter as much as possible with him being here, because he kind of knows his stuff. But continue to be that problem solver and start to feel your shot. This is not, as Peter said, it's not a technique. That's the beauty about shooting within this game of basketball. It's the one thing that you can really see is very individual amongst everybody. All right? Excellent. I got to tag up everybody. Well done. Okay.
Bring it in, and this is what we do at Shooting Club. What we do, Javier?
What do we do?
I say never stop. You say shooting. Never stop.
Shooting. I like that.
Let's take a picture.
Yeah, sure.